Cinnamon post-harvest processing. As a general pre-preparation for cinnamon processing, remove nodes from the harvested trees. Wash the trees to remove dirt or soil. Lay the pieces on a flat surface to drain off the water. For quill processing, scrape off the soft outer bark using a fine rasp knife, rubbing on the bark until it becomes moist. Make longitudinal slit to peel off loosened inner bark. Expose to the sun for initial drying and curling. Joining the quills and filling the outer bark with small pieces of cinnamon or smaller quills. Alternately, roll the filled quills and dry them in the shade or use mechanical drying alternatively. Rolling is required to tighten the quills. Quills can be placed in the sun to increase drying, but no longer than 2 hours per day. Bind quills together and transport to collection location. For scrapped cinnamon chips, scrape off the soft outer bark using a fine rasp knife. Peel off the inner layer with a knife at random to get scrapped bark chips. The drying in subdued sunlight is preferred, and extended period of drying in the sun are not advised. For unscrapped chips, peel off the unscrapped layer of cinnamon with a knife at random to get unscrapped bar chips. Unscrapped bar chips are distributed onto drying tables off the ground. Ensure the chips are not layered too thick, as this will reduce drying time and homogeneity. The drying in subdued sunlight is preferred, and extended periods of drying in the sun are not advised. Drying time can vary based on temperature and humidity of the environment, which can be better estimated with increased experience. Drying for both unscrapped, scrapped, and quilled cinnamon should continue until the moisture content is below 12%. Dried cinnamon inspection. Dried cinnamon quills or chips are transported to the warehouse or storage area. Cinnamon chips or quills are transported in polymer bags. Watch out for contact with exhaust fumes if transported on a bike. The employee or quality officer checks quality of product. Here, they look for signs of mold, infestation, or early or late harvest. If needed, a sample is measured for moisture content. If the quality is not okay, manual resorting of usable product is required, or the entire bag is rejected. Using low quality product will degrade the quality of the entire export batch, so please avoid this. The quality officer will fill in the raw material receipt, which includes quality check, volume provided, and a tracking code. This document is recording the farmer's map. The bag is given a batch code and labeled. The cinnamon is stored in dry, cool, dark place to be processed as soon as possible. Sorting and grading dried cinnamon. The cinnamon is spread out over the sorting table or a clean tarpaulin cover surface and inspected for any impurities, including stones, plastics, glass, non-bark wood pieces, molded cinnamon, etc. Proper sorting is important to build and maintain a reliable reputation with your buyer and build confidence. Mature cardamom pods are brought to the drying site within 8 hours after harvest. Drying has to start here with minimal delay. Cardamom is transported in polymer bag. Watch out for contact with exhaust fumes if transported on bikes. The employee or quality officer checks quality of product. Here they look for freshness, signs of mold, infestation, thrift primarily, or early late harvest. If the quality is not okay, manual resorting of usable product is required, or the entire bag is rejected. Using low quality product will degrade the quality of the entire export batch, so avoid this. The employee quality officer will fill in the raw material receipt, which includes quality checks, volume provided, and a tracking code. This document is recording in the farmer map. The bag is given a batch code and labeled tracking code, farmer, time, and day of storage. The fresh and dried cardamom is put in dry, cool, dark place to be processed as soon as possible. Washing can be performed both manually or with an automated system, as long as it will wash off and remove nearly all foreign matters, including branches, stems, soil, and stones. After washing, cardamom pods are shortly dried in the shade to the air, well-ventilated area, only to remove any moisture on the surface of the cardamom pods. Various methods are available to dry cardamom down to the desired less than 11% moisture content, including sun drying, mechanical drying, and solar dryers. The selected methods will influence the quality grade of your cardamom and the rate in which the cardamom will be dried. Particularly, sun drying will lead to pale yellow grade MYQ quality, whilst among others, mechanical drying will retain the premium green color. When determining the drying method, desired quality grade, required investments, drying volumes, and environmental conditions should be considered. After drying and polishing, the cardamom is sorted based on their color and pod size, according to the specification of the various grades. During the sorting, over or under mature, damaged, off-colored, molded, or insufficiently dried cardamom is removed as for a last inspection on impurity. After sorting, cardamom is packed in polypropylene bags. They are weighed off to a standardized quantity as agreed with the customer, and consequently sealed airtight. A label is applied to the bag mentioning at least cardamom plus quality grade, net mass weight of the content, data of processing or packaging, traceability code, and company or country logo identification. Ensure to properly document all in and outgoing product by traceability code. Bags are stored in a dark, dry, cool and ventilated room, and bags are stored off the ground.